What's up, keepers, and welcome back to another episode of ARSGK. I'm Alberto, the goalkeeper coach and glove guru, and today's video is sponsored by the crew at Keepaere, a relatively new goalkeeper company coming out of Canada with a solid lineup of simple and affordable goalkeeper gloves that won't break the bank when it comes to get yourself a new pair. And just to clarify, sponsored videos in no way, shape, or form mean a positive review. It just helps us get the review done as soon as possible. So let's dive right into this review. I was sent a pair of orange and black Moda models from Keepaere, which is their newest model, sporting a lot of new features and looking impressively different from the standard roll cuts I had come to love from this brand. So let's see if these Keepaere gloves can make the cut. The Moda comes in a unique box roll finger hybrid cut, which creates this massive palm and fit where latex is wrapped around the fingertips but widens out across the center of these fingers. The palm comes in with an interesting 3.5 millimeters of contact latex with a special anti-slip ridging and gel on the inside of the palm to keep the gloves latched on firmly to the hands and not allow any sliding about them on rough dives. The backhand is made up of a thicker embossed latex and a neoprene-like mesh spanning from the wrist to the thumb area with an awesome thick strap that might be just a little long, but nothing really worth complaining about. And right out of the bag, the fit was exactly what you might expect with a cut like this. It's a massive flat and roll hybrid cut, so the gloves have a lot of padding that helps make that big save and one-handed parry. But it definitely fits like a flat cut glove, with a good amount of negative space across the palms and fingers, which would typically result in a whole lot of slippage and movement inside the gloves when I'm using them, as my hands are a lot thinner and longer than the average keeper. But I was pleasantly surprised that the inside of the anti-slip material actually did do a decent job at keeping the Modas from sliding around my palms, and for the most part kept the gloves in place for some huge holds against great driven shots in wet and dry weather. And while I really ended up enjoying these Modas for being this great throwback to the gloves I grew up using, there was this massive cut to get the latex to really swallow the ball and a lot of padding to give you that confident hand-in-pillow safeness feel. But the overall width and massiveness of the style of the cut did hit a few pet peeves of mine, namely the slight bubbling across the palms, and the fingers all seemed just a little too long, with an exceptionally long thumb, making me think a size down might have been a better fit for my hand style. But while the massive cut might be a throwback to my good old days, the change in the thickness of the latex coupled with the new anti-slip gel ridging on the inner palm brings it to that modern goalkeeping scene. And I think Keepaere made a smart choice here by going down to 3.5 millimeters of contact latex on the palm. First, the contact latex has always been a great performer in all weathers, but giving this a full 4 millimeters of latex and an anti-gel tech on the inner palm would make the Modas too thick to properly close or deal with shots. And it's something that a lot of other companies have fallen into in making this problem, where they make the palms way too thick by making the latex too thick and adding an inner palm technology that just adds way too much weight to the glove. And man, do I know this contact latex well. It's the go-to high-end professional level latex used across the whole world in almost every brand for good reason. It performs damn well and can stick onto itself right out of the bag. And back in the day, it was known as the best latex around. But now, it's just a standard for what high grip should look and feel like. So let's take a look at our gloves after about 3 weeks of use on primarily turf fields in this damp and cold German winter. And since I am working on turf, I did expect to see a lot more small tears across the palms, just considering the hardness of the ground compared to a soft, wet, natural grass. And we can't forget that while contact latex is super grippy, it isn't the most durable latex, as its softness can turn to easy tears, and while that tearing does seem to be pretty superficial for these first 3 weeks, once the tears begin, they only speed up. So what's the bottom line? Will the Moda make the cut and be the first glove of 2020 to earn the Diveman seal of approval? For the price of about $70 or about 55 Great British pounds, the Keepaere Moda is an elite pair of goalkeeper gloves that would make any keeper proud to use them. But they are best used in high-level training or just for games, and better suited to fit keepers with thicker hands or the ones who love a good, interesting roll cut. That being said, for the price and its performance, the Keepaere Moda easily joins the first glove of 2020 to receive the ARS Diveman seal of approval. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to check out our Instagram and Discord community, the largest online keeper community in the world. And don't forget to click like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys again next week.